All right. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. Today is Wednesday, I think, June 7th. And today, what are we doing? Today? We are figuring out how we can build a business that is worth $1 million. And when I say $1 million, we want to be able to generate $1 million in revenue every single year, at least for the first year. We'll try that anyways. Well, maybe not the first year in existence, but in 1 year. So with that being said, we are going to kick off where we were yesterday, which was we started writing some like frameworks or outlines, not scripts so much yet, of the 4 initial videos that we are going to produce and create whatever to have on our YouTube channel. So what we're doing is we've launched in September 2022. We launched our creative studios, basically Piixel Media Corporation, so like a media company. Creative studio company. Still not 100% sure exactly what services we're going to end up falling on. But anyways, right. So we launched that in September 2022. And what we've decided on doing for our marketing is we want to focus primarily on the education space and putting content out there that is going to teach people the ins and outs of how to do their own website or how to make a website. And we might delve into more other different kinds of creative avenues depending on the type of market that we're going to end up serving, right? So we want to basically showcase our expertise in that area so that can help us get some more clients, at the end of the day. And of course, with this type of marketing, it's very slow. It's not, paid ads or anything like that. So we're going to take our time and see if we can kind of build a nice community. So that way, if we, in a year from now, 2 years from now, where we don't want to do like paid ads or anything like that. Well, we haven't done any at all. But we could just have that steady flow of customer base that knows us and that they're reaching out to us in order to ask for us to do work for them, as opposed to me or us, our team our team. I'm speaking the future tense as if we have a team. It's just me just for now. But in the future, so that we don't have to go out and try to figure out where the next client is going to come from, right? That's always the biggest thing for any business, I think, mostly anyways, is how are you going to get clients? How are you going to get people to give you money, right? How are people going to know you? So that's the way that we decided that we're going to go. We're going to create a YouTube channel and create resources out there for people that are looking to build a website or do anything creative, I guess. So with that being said, let's get into it. So sharing my screen here. So we had 4 videos, like I said, how to get a website up and running in 1 day with no coding skills and no money. That's one video. Horrible title, I know. Don't build websites for other designers. Why I switched from WordPress to Webflow, and then getting started with Webflow. Those are all very similar with the 2 Webflows. That's okay. Okay, and where did we leave off yesterday? So let's just kind of dive right in, and I'm just going to throw on some music. Right. Okay. Not sure how loud that's coming through. Hopefully not too loud. I mean, music is very low. So anyhow. Okay. How to get a website up and running. Right, and I think one thing, we should probably make a quick note of this. Turn that down a little bit. It's a little bit loud for me. Okay, so still a little bit loud. Okay. The note I want to leave here is to make sure that each video, to remind myself that each video needs to start like right off the bat. No fluff, no messing around. Start out right away. Highlight what the video is all about, what the viewer can expect, and then just dive right in. So that's the important stuff. Well, let's just highlight it. There we go. Okay, so 1. So introduction, rest assure. Oh, rest assure, reassure. Is that the right spelling, or is it just there? That makes more sense. Reassure the audience that this is easy. They can do it. All they have to do is follow the steps. Today, we're going to see how quick and easy it is to get a website up and running with little money in about 30 minutes. Or maybe you could say something like, we want to get a website up and running in 30 minutes with $50 or something like that. Yeah, okay. And we're going to talk about the 3 different platforms. Talk about customization, maybe. And we talk about how it's not really important to worry so much about how it looks, because, number 1, nobody knows you. Number 2, nobody really cares. Unless it's really not functional. Okay. So 3 platforms, 3 websites, 3 domains. Okay. So we don't even need to talk about why you'd want a website and what the costs, like what are the general costs. No, that's a different topic for another day. Stick to the point at hand. Yeah, no, don't need this. Okay. Okay, so start with WordPress. Maybe maybe a quick overview of I'm trying to think now of the type of site that somebody wants. What is best suited for this? No. Simple, like business site. With a blog. How do I spell that? No e-commerce. Okay, so and we put forth the guide. Okay, first thing is purchase a theme. Purchase a domain name. purchase a theme. And then we need to purchase hosting. Okay, oh, maybe even before. You need to give a breakdown of what is needed to have a website. So it could be something to have a website. You only need the following 3 things. You don't need the following 3 things. All right, 1, a domain. 2, a domain, something like mysite.com. 2, you need, how could we say it? Basically, like you need some kind of code or some kind of like digital pages. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it. I'll have to think about that. Is or let's say program or that basically information that contains all the information that will go on your website. Some kind of code software. Maybe we can say it. You need some kind of code that will build your web pages, because it's not always something that it's going to build, but I guess in this case, since we're all getting templates, I guess that would make sense, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, all the pages are built, compiled, what have you. We'll just basically hold all the content and allow you to publish your content. I gotta find a better way to word that. You need a domain to a hosting service, which will be the home for where your website will live. And then we'll just say the easiest thing. Let's start with the easy thing, and let's buy domain name. Okay, this is really bad text. We'll have to actually refine it when we're writing the actual script. Okay, breakdown of what is needed to have a website, blah, blah, blah. So then we want to get started, and then we're going to go purchase a domain name. Then we're going to go purchase a theme, and then we're going to go purchase our hosting. Then we're going to deploy our theme. Or maybe we should, I don't know what step we should do this. Probably, I'm not, just put it in here for now and we'll figure out what step it should be in. But configure the domain, or not deploy, maybe install would be install our theme, configure the domain, and then launch our website. Is there any other steps? Install our theme. Maybe we'll configure first. All right, configure, install our theme, configure our theme, and then launch our website. Yeah, and then we're gonna have to repeat that for all three of them, except for the domain name. And then I think that's it. You know, and there you have it. You now have a brand new website for you to use in like however way you see fit. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay. Done 3 times. Once each for Webflow, Ghost, WordPress. We could be set up account. I guess it's the same thing as purchasing hosting, right? Yeah. Let's just say might need to do this first. Set up Webflow Ghost account, then get theme. Depending on the order. Okay. Yeah. Oop. Okay, yeah, so that I think that's a very quick, well, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully it's as quick as possible just to get to the point. How to get a website up and running. You have the introduction. This is so easy. Anybody can do it. So let's go do it. We're going to take a look at Webflow. We're going to take a look at WordPress. We're going to take a look at Ghost. And we're going to do that in hopefully under 10 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, so let's go. I don't even know if we need to talk about this. Should I give maybe? Yeah, and then here I can have this introduction. Right? Follow along the time. So you need 3 things: domain. You need some kind of software package where you need some kind of code or whatever that actually stores the information of your website, and you need a hosting service to actually store where your website's going to live. I think I could make an analogy. Make an analogy of a website being like a bunch of pages, which it basically is. A bunch of pages, a bunch of paper pages, and you need, you know, something to put those pages together. And then you need a file cabinet to hold the papers, which is like your server, I guess, right? Something like that. That might work. Okay. So we're going to do 3 things. However, you'll need to follow these 3 things: a domain, some software, domain, a software, and hosting. And hosting. And then maybe first thing we're going to do is buy our domain, buy some domains for this demo. Then we'll buy some themes. Then we'll get them all set up. All set up and launched on our hosting platform. Starting with a theme and thinking that yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll structure exactly how to say all of that in a very nice way. Okay, quick overview. Website that we're going to build. Like, we're going to build a simple website for a business. A simple website for a business. A business to post, information about their services. and to also have a blog. That doesn't even matter. I think the point I'm trying to come across is it's not even how to build a website or how to structure a website. It's just how to get something up and running. And then we can talk about how to customize it and like even what to look for in a theme, right? So the idea when picking a theme isn't about getting something right for this tutorial, because we're only like interested in the process in this video. And in other videos, we can talk about customization. You can say, you know, spend some time looking for a theme that meets your needs for what you want to have on your website. Say there are so many themes available. You are bound to find something that is very close to what you want. Okay, and then also something like there are lots of resources out there that can help you, that can help teach you how to customize themes. Yeah. So don't worry about starting out. I think they build a website, so don't worry. Once you establish your business or company or whatever it is that you want a website for, website for, then you can think about hiring a like professional to really, you know, take your brand to the next level. But for now, just get something out there. I promise. That'll be good enough. Well, I don't want to say anything so much like that, but I'll figure out good ways of saying that. Okay. You think isn't about getting something right for this tutorial? Yeah, okay. Throw some periods in here. Okay. I already have the breakdown. I already have the guide. Oh no, this is the guide. I'd love to have some kind of tagline. Some kind of, you know, ending line that says, you know, good luck in your business. You know, like I wish you all the best. All the success in the world. You know, so I don't know, something like that, right? Some kind of sign off kind of thing. This in the world, and we'll see you next video, right? That's cheesy. That's terrible. But just something in that vein. What that is, I have no idea. I'll figure something out. Okay. So don't build websites. Yeah, I think this is a good place to stop for this one. So let's get on to the next one. Don't build websites for other designers. Don't build websites for them. Sorry, just checking my email there for a second. Okay. Now, who is this going to target? I'm thinking about this for a second. This is a target for other people that design websites. The average person, or the person that is going to be a potential client of mine, is not going to care about this. Other than maybe that it, again, showcases my knowledge and expertise. Yeah, I guess it could still say you can still... It could still work. Because even if it's not directly speaking to a potential client could see this and be like, oh yeah, this guy really knows what he's talking about. If the video's done well. Okay. So don't build websites for other designers. Well, first off, let's give reasons why. So you need to put the client first. So it's about increasing conversions, money generation, usability, basically giving them a return on their investment. So can look good, but not at the expense of flashy animations and lengthy scrolling. That designers love, but users, yeah, they can find it annoying. I mean, should I showcase examples? I don't know if I could showcase examples, because I don't know if I want to get out in the game of calling out any designers. Because I know there's a lot of fancy sites out there, winning awards, what have you. They look amazing. Like I look at them like, oh, that's crazy. You know, the code behind it, it's so cool. But then like as a person that wants to just use the site and get out the information, it's like, oh my God, how the hell do I just get to what I want? You know, just get me to where I want to go. Like this is not helpful. Again, it depends on the use case, right? if the goal is to be high luxury, super premium, what have you, having those really crazy graphical openings, maybe it makes sense. And there's certainly ways where it does make sense, but you don't want to throw it in there just for the sake of throwing in there. So you need to think about like the purpose of the website and the audience that you are serving. So thinking about the purpose of the website. So I think the idea is when you know who you are serving, sometimes they just want something simple. Like simple can be elegant. Elegant. You just need to learn how to do more and say more with less. You can run into, what's the trap of like when you compare yourself you can feel so if you're constantly, it's like the negative aspects of social media when you're constantly looking at these people like, oh, they're super fit, they're super beautiful, their life is all put together, everything seems so perfect, and then look at me, I'm like hideous, all my shit's all over the place, nothing's together. That perception of what someone's life is like on social media is just a snapshot, right? And when you kind of compare yourself to them, it's just not fair, right? And it could just get you down, and it could make you feel really bad about yourself, and it keeps you in this like kind of negative feedback loop. And you can run into the same kind of problems when you're comparing your work to other people's work. Whereas if you're comparing your work to these top designers that have been designing for 20 years, and they have like amazing stuff that's on like award websites or whatever, they could have a whole team of people. They could have like 15 people that have been working on a project for like a year and a half, or whatever the case may be. And if you're just one person, you're comparing yourself to that. You're like, why can't I get my work to that level? You're just going to have a really hard time dealing with all those negative emotions that you're going to be feeding yourself and that you're going to be bringing yourself down. So you absolutely don't want to do that. So there's like a mental aspect here of like doing your best work for you and your client, right? Work for you that you can, and like do do right by your client. If they are happy, then you should be too. And you will get better with time. You should never. Oh, whoop. So, I want to end it in a way to say that, of course, when you have the talents and you have the knowledge and the capabilities, you can combine everything together. Once you have those skills, to wait to the next level. You'll find that when you keep your client and like target audience, like this is really bad, at the forefront of your work, the awards are naturally going to start flowing. And you'll be there. And instead of negative emotions, you'll get positive emotions from winning awards you weren't even chasing. Does that make sense? Right? Where especially if you're just starting out, if you've just been in the game for a couple of years, just working on your skills, honing your craft. If you're always trying to just build a site because I think it looks cool and it's going to win an award, and you don't get there, you can feel really down on yourself. But if you take each project and you really put the client first and you put their audience first, like, listen, I know what the client wants and I know what their customer base is like and what they're going to want on their website. And then you keep refining your skills and you keep kind of innovating with each website that you make. Sooner or later, you're just going to find out that you're just going to win awards without you even having to try to go for them. And then instead of having that negative feedback for trying to go for an award and then failing, and getting down on yourself because you don't think you're good enough, then instead you're just going to win those awards when you're not even looking for it. And then you have positive emotion, you're gonna have positive outlook. It's like, oh, thank you, so much for the recognition, all that kind of, all the good stuff that comes in when someone gives you praise. Of course you want to be humble and all that kind of stuff. But that's positive as opposed to of something that's negative, right? Knowing that you've really earned it when you're not actually going for it and you just do it anyways. It's like doing the marathon when no one's looking or whatever. It's like there's no external motivation to do it. There's nothing driving you to do it, but you just do it because in here, like in your heart or in your mind, you know that you can do it, or that, well, in the case of a marathon, of course, you want to prove to yourself that they can do it. But in terms of web design, if you're designing something, you just know that you can do the best job you can for your client, and then they'll, just get recognized, even without you trying. So anyways, that's kind of what I want to say with that one. I think those are pretty much the three things. Is there anything else that I would want to tell anybody about not designing for designers? Yeah, it's kind of like, just you don't need to be validated by other people. You know, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and know that you're doing a good job, or knowing that you're always doing your work at the top of your skill, at the peak of your game, and that you're always on the lookouts of how you can better your craft. That you don't care what you shouldn't care what anybody else thinks. And again, if you have a customer, they pay you $500, $1,000, $1 million, whatever the case may be, and they pay you to do a specific service and get a product out of it, and you deliver that product and they are happy about it and they're like ecstatic over the moon, I don't care if it looks like the ugly site that was designed in 1995 using tables. If that's what they like and they're happy with it, then so be it. Then that's a good exchange of value in that situation. What anybody else thinks, it doesn't matter. And there's always going to be people that you're going to design a website. They're going to be like, that's it, whatever. Oh, you charge $50,000 for that? Oh, I could do that in half the price or whatever. Even I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. Like, well, you paid how much for that? Geez, you give it to me, I'll do it for half the price. It's not about the price, and it's not about other people's perceptions, right? So anyways, a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of ramble. I should save it for my video. Okay. Why I switched from WordPress to Webflow. Making websites in 2005? 2004? Let's for my clients. Here are, how many reasons? 10 reasons why I made the switch. We'll go over like how many reasons. This is just a placeholder. I don't know how many reasons there are going to be. But let's think of them. Okay. And these are not going to be fleshed out too well here, I think, at the start. But let's go. So why did I go? Okay. Plugins. And this amounts of plugins. I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing, but how can I say this about the plugins? Updates. About. All handled behind the scenes. So the visual editor, of course, that's a huge, huge thing. I want to talk about speed, but that does depend on where the site was hosted and how bloated WordPress is. What about speed of launching? Much faster to go from 0 to ready site. No coding. No need to maintain. You should always maintain. A lot of people should do this basically like a naked WordPress theme. That would be the start of a new project. And then security. What else would I say? The reasons, I don't know. I think it's just a much better user experience. And the content editor for clients. So I didn't switch because of pricing. Pricing was not a factor at all. I think the team, customer support, they also seem to be on the cutting edge, right? On something new. Yeah. So I think those are really good reasons. I mean, those are my reasons. Whether they're good or not, it all depends on, whether you like. I mean, there are still benefits to WordPress as well too. There's some parts of me that just misses just coding something just from scratch and just hard coding everything. But yeah, these are the reasons I think. Reasons have you? Like if you haven't. Maybe you switched away from Webflow to WordPress. It's like there's always to be comments of why Webflow isn't great, and I'll probably agree. But for my business, my clients, right now, Webflow is the best. It's the best. That proves to be better. I will always be open to switching if it makes sense. I think the thing here is to say, you know, yes, it's the best for me, it works, but you know what, you don't always want to get so ingrained in something that you're too stubborn to want to change, because there can always be reasons to change depending on what a company does, right? So it's tough too, because it's like you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. But this is just in terms of my company and the way I do business is, yeah, I build websites on Webflow. But if Webflow ever went away, you should be able to, at least they have the feature now, since they went away like instantly. But they have a feature where I can download the HTML, download the CSS, whatever, and then revert and like move all my sites, my clients onto a different platform. So here's a good question. If Webflow went away today, what would I switch to? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. It also depends on how I want to work with the clients, but probably, oh, geez. I really don't know. I know one or two would probably, a few of them would be on Ghost, probably. Oh, that one's tough though. And WordPress just does not interest me at all whatsoever. They might be custom. Might be like a React project. I don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully I never have to find out. Let's just leave that at that. I don't even want to think about that. That's horrible. Why am I thinking about that? Quick email check here. Interesting. Okay. All right, and now getting started with Webflow. So it's a no-code tool for creating your very own website. And today I'm going to show you just how easy it is for you to get started building your own site. So should we talk about, I don't know. So let's put this in a point here. Should this be targeted to a specific user? Someone that wants to build, their own website versus someone who wants to learn how to build websites, like multiple sites, right? This one's going to be a little bit more interesting. This is definitely more on the educational side. And how detailed do we want to go? So maybe start with a quick overview regarding the structure of a website. So we could say something like, this video is geared towards new designers. And people with very little experience. And it's working with websites. So, yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to be necessary to say something like that, but we'll throw that in there anyways. So let's maybe start with a quick overview regarding the structure of a website. And that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Here in the structure of a website. All right. Relate that overview with how Webflow, what's the word, handles each of structures, I guess. Languages, technically. So for example, like HTML are the elements on the left and on the main screen, generally speaking, is how to design / style. That's the right panel. And then animations, interactions handle the JavaScript. Oh, there's also the right panel. And again, this is very simplified, but I think it'll give a really good overview for a beginner, right? So we also want to talk about dynamic data. Okay. So basics of creating pages. Creating pages and adding content. Working with dynamic data. And trying to think, if you're just a beginner, also a beginner with how to make websites, but also then a beginner with Webflow, what are the things that they're going to want to use and to know? Or what are the things they're going to want to know? Like when I was first starting out, well, I mean, I just dive in, but yeah, I think you have to have a good it's a good idea to get a good handle on HTML elements and what they are and how utilized on websites. Maybe go into the most important ones. Relate overview. Mm-hmm. So how to add HTML elements, how to style them with CSS, and how to animate them with, I mean, I could say JavaScript, but working with dynamic data, publishing your first website. I think that's a pretty good. It's hard to know how much more in depth I need to go. Let's put this here for a second. Let's get out of that account. Oops. That was stupid. Actually, I should probably start overview of the Webflow interface and how accounts are structured. And using the navigator. Adding images and other media. So I guess we can kind of figure out, and as we're going in, Webflow, playing around, seeing exactly how in depth we want to go within the whole Webflow interface. I think the idea is to give people a very brief overview of Webflow. It's almost like a quick 5 to 10 minute introduction to help them get started with using Webflow. I think that would be good. I wonder if it would be funny to do it in the way like how they do their videos, because they do their videos really, the guy's really funny and sarcastic or what have you, to do this video like they do. That'd be kind of funny. I'll put it here. I don't know if that would be insulting. It's not, obviously, thinking about this here, it's not meant to be insulting or anything at all like that, because I love their helpful videos. They're amazing. So yeah, it's almost like a nod to them. Like, hey, love your product, love what you guys do. What does it say? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Is that the right saying? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so those are the 4. Can I? No, undo that. I just want to put that here so I can just kind of 1, 2, 3, and then 4. It's the Roman numeral before or after? I think it's before. So yeah, getting started. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we have general storyboard outlines for our videos, which is awesome. So I think, what day is it today? Wednesday. So I think Thursday and Friday. Like normally, if I was going to do this, I would almost do this all like in one day. So it would be almost like a full day's worth of work to do all this. But just write out 4 scripts. Like I'm trying to think of how this would work if I wasn't live streaming or whatever. Write out all your scripts and your things in one day, and then maybe spend another day figuring out all the different shots and how you want to actually shoot it and get whatever props or whatever you might need for the shoot. So that's 2 days. And on the 3rd day, you film it all. And then the 4th and 5th day, you edit and you do your post-production. And then you're ready to go. So in 1 week, you could theoretically have a whole month's worth of content done in 1 week. But this is also saying, number one, this is my first time doing this type of in-depth kind of video, like scripting or whatever. And it depends on the type of video. I imagine like if you're doing a really intense documentary style video, you're going to have to spend like a lot of time like researching. So maybe it's like 40 hours or 60 hours. So maybe this isn't realistic depending on the type of video that you're doing. So yeah. But for me, for this, if we can spend 1 week and then 1 week out of the year, 1 week out of the year, 1 week out of the month is spent on producing videos, then that's not a bad deal. I feel like that's like 40 hours to do this, 10 hours. Yeah, I think that's about right. 10 hours per video. That's probably about right. It's actually a long time. But again, I work more than 40 hours a week, so that's like half my week in terms of how many work hours I put in a week. So not so bad. And then you have the whole, another 80 hours plus the rest of the 3 weeks to do like business work and everything like that. So that's not so bad. Anyways, maybe we should go back and look at all the marketing stuff, all the time management. What did I do? I did some estimates for how much time I was going to spend doing certain things in the business. Maybe I should look back at that after we do this, I guess. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. And tomorrow, like I said, we're going to get into writing out our actual like full-blown scripts. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.